Hi, it's Van Jungbeck and this is Proper Chords to Clair de Lune. It's a pretty famous Django ballad that Django used to play. It's not written by Django, but he used to play it. And it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like this, and it's in a minor key, in the key of D minor, and the first chord that I used was a simple D minor tri bar chord in the 5th position with D, A, D, F and A. Then we go to D dominant 7, and we can play D dominant 7 9 chord here, even though it's not the dominant chord that would be preferred in a minor key, but the 9, the interval, is pretty common to play in gypsy jazz, even if you're in a minor key, because this chord is leading to a minor chord, to G minor, and in a more contemporary jazz context, instead of D dominant 7 9 with A, D, F sharp, C, E and A, or more common without the double grip here, we would play just D, F sharp, C, E, A. And in the contemporary jazz context, we would play a D dominant 7 flat 9 with D, F sharp, C, and then with a little bar chord here, E flat. But here you can play D dominant 7 9, and then we go to G minor 7. You can play G minor 7 because the next chord will be C dominant 7, and it's also not wrong to play a G minor 6 chord instead of G minor 7, but then you somehow spoil the E note, which is the 3rd of the C dominant 7. And if you play G minor 7, then you first have the F on the D string, 3rd fret, and then release the F to the E, which is a very classical harmonic phenomenon. Then we go to F, and there are some ways to play it. The first way is playing the F up here in the 1st position with my thumb up the fretboard for F, then my middle finger is playing C and F, my 1st finger is playing A, and my 3rd finger is playing D and G. And then I go to F sharp diminished as a substitution for D dominant 7, with F sharp 2nd fret, A string is muted, then I get a little bar chord here with E flat and C, and the G sharp in the middle is not important because I'm covering the G string too with my 3rd finger to play an A. And then I go back to G minor, but this time I regularly play G minor 6, which is the more common gypsy jazz chord, because C7 won't follow. From this G minor 6 with G, A flat muted, E, and then a little bar chord with the 3rd finger covering B flat, D and G, we move to A dominant 7 again. And let me say that this G minor 6, it's meant to be, it can also be a E half-diminished chord when you just switch the root. When you play E as a root note instead of G, then it's an E half-diminished. And E half diminished and G minor 6 are the same chords. They have the same notes: G, E, B flat, and D. It's just another the other way around, but it's the same chord. So you could also play this common jazz voicing up in the 7th fret as a 2-5 to D, but instead of the E half diminished chord with E, B flat, D, and G, you can also play G minor 6. Then we go to A dominant 7, playing that common chord here with my thumb in the bass, A string muted, and then G, C sharp, and E. And then I'm going to D minor, and then back to A dominant 7, B flat dominant 7, just moving A dominant 7 up a fret, and back to A, and then I'm playing this Birgali movement: A, G, 3rd fret, F dominant 7, E dominant 7. Part 2 is exactly the same, except there are two differences. It's not exactly the same. There are two differences. The first one is the first chord is not D minor, but A minor 7 flat 5, or A half diminished. It can be D minor as well. There are versions where in both parts, A and B, they play D minor, but I like this one, and it's with A in the bass, A string muted, then we got G, C, and we got the E flat here to make it a half diminished chord. Then, most of the time when I play this chord, I play afterwards the quite normal D dominant 7 chord with D, F sharp, C, and D. Then everything's the same. C dominant 7 and F, and this time, for example, you could play F also up here. This is also F6-9. Middle finger in the 8th fret is covering C and F. The first finger is covering in the 7th fret A and D, and the third finger is covering G and C in the 8th fret. And then I would play the diminished chord, the F sharp diminished here. This is the pretty common diminished voicing that you know from all your books. It's F diminished in the 9th fret, then 10th fret there is the C, then we got E flat on the G string, 8th fret, and then we got A up here on the B string. And then again E half diminished or G minor 6. You might play this one. You might want to play this one. This is like with the middle finger on the G, then I'm playing the 5th here with my pinky, 12th fret on the D string, D. Then I'm playing the natural E, which is the natural 6, 9th fret on the G string, and I have the 3rd with my ring finger in the 11th fret. And again, A dominant 7, you can play it again here, or if you're already here, you can play it like a C sharp diminished. C sharp diminished with C sharp, A string muted, then there is a bar chord. It's the same chord that we had in the 9th fret that we had for F sharp diminished in the 2nd fret. And then D minor again, or I played it here in the introduction, I think. And then afterwards we play D diminished, and this is a beautiful effect. With D, G sharp, natural B, and F, and then all what's left is the 2-5 back to D minor. That means E half diminished, ba ba do do da 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 da, and then when you play in circles and the chorus will start, you can play one more A7, and that's the tune, like da 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 da. Now to C, da 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 da, to F, F sharp diminished. That's Clair the lune. Hope you like it. Subscribe to my channel and if you liked it, and see you next time. Bye.